Voiceover Chapter 11 Silent Night Image. As you take the heart, the walls of the fortress around you fade into shadow and dissolve. The ceiling and cushions evaporate, but the remains of the machine linger. You sink through the floor, which slowly melts and becomes transparent. Soon you sink in up to your waist, all while you watch the pieces of the foul machine falling with you. Everything shudders as the fortress walls bend inwards and fall on top of you. You prepare for an impact but feel nothing. You are simply immersed in shadow. Page 2 of deep at the bottom, you see where you're headed, a ragged hole in space, like the ones you saw before. This is a connection to the human world, and you catch glimpses of toys and blankets on the other side. Unlike the other holes you've seen, the edges of this tier are chaotic, pulsing in rainbow colors, almost as if they are inflamed. In the center of the hole, half in and half out, is none other than Katya Andreeva. She's asleep, in a nightgown, and someone's attached a kind of metal headset to her. Wires trail from all around her, some leading into a room, others towards the machinery falling nearby. As you get closer, a light on the headset goes out, and the helmet pops off. Katya stirs in her sleep but slowly slips through the tier, which heals behind her. She's gone, and the last of the shadows go with her. Page 3 of in the center of the hole, half in and half out, you're left in a green field under the face sky. Cerberus is still here, chained about 30 yards away. Nothing remains of Claus. A screen on a monitor attached to the machine springs to life. It says, "Stand by. Incoming video call from Phil Archer." A million thoughts are racing through your mind. You don't know what to process first. Page 4. A million thoughts are racing through your mind. You don't know what to process first. I have it. I have Santa's heart. I did it. Radio button checked. 1. I can't believe Claus is dead. What was Katya doing there? What were they doing to her? What was Katya doing there, Phil? This was Crinkle Corpse doing. Why is he calling now? What was Katya doing there? What were they doing to her? I can't believe Claus is dead. I have it. I have Santa's heart. I did it. Next button, you look down at it. It's looking worse for the wearer, but still emitting enormous power. It's Christmas spirit incarnate. And now it's yours. What do you do with it? Your thoughts are disturbed by the screen, which blacks out and then fades into an image of Phil Archer. Loud, scratchy audio echoes from the device. Hello, Rosewood Unicorn. I see that you've managed to obtain the heart. It's impressive. I didn't expect two to come tonight. When I released Glass Ghost out into the world, I knew he would lead someone powerful here, but I never expected anyone would be willing to share such power. We just needed a single subject for the final test of our new devices. At any rate, I feel like it was a rollicking success. Hello, Rosewood Unicorn. Page 2 of 3, his voice keeps blaring. Pardon me for going on, Unicorn, but Katya was necessary for setting it all up. With her innate bleeder powers and the energy from the rift, she was able to completely form a house from her nightmares. Cerberus here was sufficient to keep her in a frightened mood, even in her dreams. Page 3 of what you did to Claus is inexcusable. Radio button checked. 1 of capturing an innocent child for your twisted schemes. You're sick, Phil. I have to admit, having the heart has put me in a superior position. Thank you. New devices. You're planning on making more of these? Hercules is in this world. You could have hurt him. New devices. You're planning on making more of these? I have to admit, having the heart has put me in a superior position. Capturing an innocent child for your twisted schemes? You're sick, Phil. What you did to Claus is inexcusable. Capturing an innocent child for your capturing an innocent next. Phil answers. Her powers have grown dangerous to those around her. The device we gave her wasn't just a weapon, it was a way to soften her damage to our world. With the power we drained from her today, her bleeder abilities will be inactive for months. You say, why are you telling me all of this? Just to gloat. Phil chuckles. No, unicorn. No. You see, I needed to keep you here. When you broke the fortress, you set off a beacon that's been broadcasting to the entire Fey world for the last 20 minutes. Now everyone knows that Santa's heart is found and up for grabs, only guarded by one sad, weakened elf. Goodbye, unicorn. Page 2 of 3. Phil chuckles. No, unicorn. No. You see, I needed to keep you here. When you broke the fortress, you said the screen turns off. You hop to your feet and look around. Is anyone out there? Coming? All around the horizon, in every direction, you can see distant specks approaching. Some are larger, some are smaller, most are in the air, but something enormous is coming on the ground. There's no way you're going to be able to handle this. You panic and clutch the heart. In an instant, it flashes, and you are blinded by its light. You feel yourself vanish. Page 3 of All Around the Horizon. You panic and clutch the heart. In an instant, Crinkle Corp is behind everything, the list, Glass Ghost, the theft of the heart. You realize that now. But with half the Fey world on your tail, including Flame, you'll have to save revenge for another day. Next, you reappear in Claus' castle before Candid and the others. Candid runs to you and looks around, worried. Rosewood Unicorn, what is going on? What happened to Mrs. Claus? Where is she? You hold up the heart, and Candid gasps. We found the location of the heart. It was a setup by Crinkle Corp, and Mrs. Claus is dead. Candid hugs you and sobs. Oh, Rosewood, I can't believe it. What are we going to do? Candid hugs you and sobs. Page 2 of You see other elves crowding up behind Candid. They're looking for leadership. You need to show everyone that you can take Claus's place. I've proven my leadership talent over and over. I point out my experience taking charge. I point out that I know the enemy better than anybody. I can lead because I was the closest to Claus. I've proven my leadership talent over and over. I point out my experience taking charge. I point out that I know the enemy better than I can lead because I was the closest to Claus. Next button. You stand high over the crowd and recite your years of careful diplomatic negotiations, your service in battle, and your intellectual achievements. You proudly describe your handling of the Nightmare King, who was no longer a threat, of Mr. Leonry, and of the dreamers in the Dreamlands. The crowd of elves is deeply impressed. You go on to mention your expert skill in handling bleeders in the mortal world and your powers of deductive reasoning and persuasion. Page 3 of Everyone leaps to their feet in applause. Claus' castle is yours. Even Simmering Stew the chef is stamping her feet and shouting your approval. Candid smiles and gives you a big thumbs up. You look around at your band of elves. This won't be nearly enough for what's coming. You now know the heart is capable of instantaneous teleportation. You'll have to use it. First, you're going to need to see K, the big one. You wave goodbye to Candid, grab the heart, and disappear in a flash. Button. Next button. You reappear in an enormous throne room. K's largest, and original, body, is sprawled across his golden throne. He's wearing the largest top hat and tails you've ever seen. Dozens of smaller copies of K are fanning him or running errands across the hall. So, you've come, booms K's thunderous voice. You are in quite the pickle, my friend. There's a resonant frequency blaring your news across the world, as I'm sure you well know. Let me guess. Is this your card? He flicks his wrist, revealing a card and sending a gust of wind that knocks over a few child case on the floor. The card is blank except for the word help. Apostrophe. Page 2 of So, you've come Boom's case. You could use the help of the case. In fact, you can use all of them. But you'll have to take what you can get. You'd love to lead them against Crinkle Corp, but you know that flame will have heard the beacon and will be coming soon. I rely purely on my friendship with K. I know the secret behind K's bodies. I can help make one, but I'd have to give up some of the trickster part of me. Page 3 of 3. I rely purely on my friendship with K. I know the secret behind K's bodies. I can help make one, but I'd have to give up some of the trickster part of me. I bribe him with power from the heart. That will easily secure his cooperation. But I rely purely on my friendship with K. I bribe him with power from the heart. That will easily secure his cooperation. But it will take a lot. I know the secret behind K's bodies. I can help make one, but you could use the I know the secret behind K's bodies. I can help make one, but I'd have to give up some of the trickster part of me. I rely purely on my friendship with K. I know the secret behind K's bodies. I can help make one, but I'd have to give up some of the trickster part of me. I bribe him with power from the heart. That will easily secure his cooperation. But it will take a lot. I rely purely on my friendship with I know the secret behind Next. K. Yes, I came here for help. We're good friends, K. We've known each other since 1843. I can't survive against Flame with what I have right now. K shakes his head. We're not nearly as close as you think, Unicorn. I'm not going to oppose Flame for you. K. Yes, I came here for help. We're good friends, K. We've known each other since 1843. I can't survive against Flame with what I have right now. I need you. I need all of you. Help me, K. K shakes his head. We're not nearly as close as you think, Unicorn. I'm not going to oppose Flame for you. You sigh and nod, then walk out into the main hallway. You need to think. You know exactly who you should see next. He'll be in for a shock. Few find him without wandering long in his domain. Page 2 of 2. K shakes his head. You sigh and nod, then walk out into the main hallway. You need to think. You know exactly who you should see next. He'll be in for a shock. Few find him without wandering long in his domain. Next, the heart flashes, and you find yourself in a towering stadium filled with cheering creatures of every shape and size. You are in a private box at the top of the stadium, with full view of the spectacle before you. 2 riders, a gnome and a minotaur, are jousting on top of 4-winged dragons. Gray looks at you, and his eyes widen for just a second. He's always been good at restraining himself. I heard the news. I thought I recognized the name in that signal. You came through here earlier this year. It's not a question. Page 2 of You say, much of the Fey world is coming my way, right now, and I'm looking for allies any way that I can get. Gray shrugs, conjuring himself a frosty, cool tropical drink with a gold-plated umbrella sticking out. I have little interest in such things. Power like the heart's is not unfamiliar to me, and I have no need to seek it out. And, above all, I have no desire to leave my lands. Why should I help you? I have worked hard to weaken the barrier between the worlds. Page 3 of 3. I have worked hard. I know a human bleeder child. Very sharp kid. I could ask them to send you news of the human world in their dreams. I am a high-ranking elf at Claus Castle. I know the spiders, and that they've harassed you. I can broker peace between you two. Because someone I love very much was just taken from me. Have pity on me. I am a high-ranking elf at Claus Castle. I know the spiders, and that they've harassed you. I can broker peace between you two. I know a human bleeder child. Very sharp kid. I could ask them to send you news of the human world in their dreams. I have worked hard to weaken the barrier between the worlds. My actions have directly benefited you. Page 2 of 3. You say, much of the Fey world is coming my way. I have worked hard to Page 3 of, I know a human bleeder child. I know a human Next, Gray frowns. A child. I'd much rather find an adult to ask for news. Children can be tedious. But, I suppose I can instruct a few of my messenger pixies to talk with them about the news, and summarize it for me in a mature and concise style. Perhaps they could bring a newspaper in their sleep for the pixies to deliver, so I could avoid childish communication entirely. Katya Andreeva. She was actually kidnapped by Crinkle Corp to set a trap for the heart. I released her when I took it. Gray looked shocked. Clearly, he cares more about the fate of those in the mortal world than about your current plight. But that's exactly what you were counting on. Page 2 of Katya Andreeva. Done, says Gray. Tell Katya to call for Meliflower when she arrives. And to bring 2 newspapers with her. I'll be on the field of battle. Wait for me. That's one more for your list. Excellent. Next button. The heart flashes again, and you are taken to a cavernous factory, filled with shadows. Sparks of electricity fly from some machine in front of you, something tall. You walk closer and see Copper Crank wearing a welding helmet and holding an arc welder. She takes off the mask and looks you up and down. Her face is inscrutable. She folds her arms. It looks like she's letting you make the first move here, or asking you to go. It's hard to tell. Page 2 of Copper Crank. I need your help. I'm asking sincerely, will you aid me against Flame? I know we will. She snuffs a bit at Copper Crank. I need your help. I'm asking sincerely, will you aid me against Flame? I know we weren't the best of friends. But I'm asking you, please. She snuffs a bit and adjusts her tool belt. She presses a button on a remote. A spotlight clanks on, far above you, illuminating a towering battle mech. It's built for extreme combat conditions, with heavy armor plating and all sorts of ports and barrels attached to every surface. You stare in appreciation. I felt it for a while. I knew war was coming. And I've already had offers from the other side today. But there's one thing I respect, and that's skill. I can't get this thing to work. There's a very subtle electrical fault, somewhere in the internal wiring. If you can find it and fix it, I'll join you. Page 4. I felt it for a while. I knew war was coming. I was born for it. I felt it for a while. I knew war was coming. And I've already had offers from the other side today. But there's one thing I respect, and that's skill. I can't get this thing to work. There's a very subtle electrical fault, somewhere in the internal wiring. If you can find it and fix it, I'll join you. I was born for this. I take out my electrical equipment and find the fault with pure technical skill. I can deal with this in other ways. I shift into a lightning might and travel through the entire system. I can't solve this myself, but I know exactly who can, and they work for me now. Hopefully Crank respects that. I was born for this. I take out my electrical equipment and find the fault with pure technique. Page 4 of 4. Next, you reach for your rubber patch and pull out a variety of sensitive equipment, screwdrivers, and pliers. You clamber up the mech and find the access panel. Popping it open, you reach for the nest of wires and freeze. You've never seen a wiring system like this before. Crank knew it, too. She's probably looking at you with a smug expression right now. You turn around. Yep. You pull out some equipment anyway and kind of feebly wave it through the inside of the machine, but it's not effective. Crank looks at you and shakes her head silently. You sigh. Looks like there's someone that won't be attending the battle. Page 2 of you reach for your rubber patch and pull out a variety of sensitive equipment, screwdrivers. Crank looks at you and shakes her head silently. You sigh. Looks like there's someone that won't be attending the battle. Next, but you give her a nod. and head on out. You've talked to Kay, Gray, and Copper Crank, and consolidated power at Claus Castle. But you're not done yet. Your skill with teleportation is increasing. You feel as if you're using less and less of the heart's power with each jump now, almost as if it were just introducing you to paths that already existed. Interesting. You take a quick path and end up in your own dungeon. You grab a startled blast ghost and teleport them, and you hike to the top of a mesa near the White Wastes. Blast Ghost staggers back, staring at the cliff and back to you, before lingering on the heart. So you got it then. Could have told me without the show. I hate heights. That makes you feel a bit bad. I wanted to make sure you didn't run away. I was wondering if there was any way that you would be willing to work with us. We can use all the help we can get. Blast Ghost crosses their arms angrily. You threw me in jail. Why would I do anything for you? Ghost has a complex personality, and your history is long. You'll need to find an approach that draws on multiple strengths of yours. Page 4 of 4. Ghost, you need stability in your life. You've been wandering all across the world, alone. You need community and friendship. I'm tired of your nonsense. Everyone's been treating you with kid gloves. You help us, or I'll beat the happy holidays out of you. Radio button, unchecked, 2 of 4.
That's so funny.
Look at you. You're basically penniless and alone. We can provide for you food, clothes, equipment, dental insurance. Ghost, you and I have been very close. Can't you help me for the sake of our friendship? Page 4 of Ghost, you and I. Look at you. I'm tired of your nonsense. Page 3 of Ghost has a complex Ghost, you need stability in your life. You've been wandering all across the world. Page 4 of Next, but Ghost sighs. You're right, you know. I've seen you in Claus Castle, always keeping close friends and spreading cheer around. I just never felt like I fit in with that. But I've seen how much you've gone through this year, all of you. If you think there's a place for me, maybe I'll try it. What do you want me to do? I want you to set up a distance from the battle and keep an eye on me and the heart. Anyone gets too close, you take them out. Page 2 of 2. I want you to find enemy snipers and shooters and take out as many as you can, as discreetly as you can. I want you to go behind enemy lines without being discovered. Don't attack. Just report. I want you to find enemy snipers and shooters and take out as many as you can, as discreetly as you can. I want you to set up a distance from the battle and keep an eye on me and the heart. Anyone gets too close, you take them out. I want you to find enemy snipers and shooters and take out as many as you can, as discreetly as you can. I want you to set up a distance from the battle and keep an eye on me and the heart. Anyone gets too close, you take them out. I want you to find enemies. Next, Ghost salutes you. I won't let you down. They glance around the mesa. But, would you mind letting me down? I don't know well with heights. You wave the heart, and they're gone. You consider going to see fractured quartz in the Kingdom of Dreams. But the last time you saw them, you had apparently defeated their god and shamed their prophet. The memory is still fresh, happening less than 2 days ago. Best to leave them alone. Page 2 of You return to the main courtyard of Claus Castle. Candid, you can't help. You return to the main courtyard of Claus Castle. Candid is there. So are the elves. You can't help but think about Crinklecourt. You should be chasing them down right now, not fighting for your life with other fae. Phil set you up for this, and one day, you'll repay him. Already, you can see the shadow of troops in the distance. It's time for the battle to begin. Next, button. Your army stands by you with fervor in their eyes. You're keeping an eye out for Gray, but he hasn't shown up yet. But he promised he'd be here during the battle. Hopefully, he comes soon. You don't see Glass Ghost anywhere, but if everything is going according to plan, they will be scanning enemy lines for snipers and other ranged attackers. And, last of all, a golden-haired elven warrior stands by your side, quiver at the ready and arrow already drawn. Candid Mistletoe, your love, stands at your side. He'll be leading your main forces today. Page 2 of a vast, fiery portal opens in the air before Claus' castle. Flickering Flame himself, dressed head to toe in glowing red armor, exits the portal, leading his army. You can see emerald tentacles holding the portal open, despite their obvious pain in the flames. Flame must. What will your strategy be to defeat Flame? A vast, fiery portal opens in the air before Claus' castle. Flickering Flame himself, dressed head to toe in glowing red armor, exits the portal, leading his army. You can see emerald tentacles holding the portal open, despite their obvious pain in the flames. Flame must have called in a few favors. He's pointing directly at you. You'll have to deal with him personally. What will your strategy be to defeat Flame? I'll face him in physical combat. I'll create a weapon for myself with the heart. Page 3 of 3. I'll keep my distance and use ranged attacks. I'll rely on the heart to give me speed. I don't want to use the heart any more than I need to. I rely purely on my own skills. I'll keep my distance and use ranged attacks. I'll rely on the heart to give me speed. I'll face him in physical combat. I'll create a weapon for myself with the heart. I don't want to use the heart any more than I need to. I don't want. Next, you carefully tuck the heart in a secure pouch and make sure it's secured firmly to your body. This isn't going to be easy. Flame is closer now, with his army close behind. You can see a group of gnomish archers taking aim. You raise your hand and signal your counterattack. Flame is closer now, your own archers let their arrows take flight. In perfect coordination, a second line lifts shields to cover the archers from enemy fire. You can even see the enemy archers in the very far distance being picked off one by one. They turn in confusion, unaware that Glass Ghost is taking them out. Page 2 of 3. You've taken the early initiative. None of the arrows come near you. The archers must be purposely avoiding you. But one person isn't. Flickering Flame's armor glows even brighter, and he leaps through the air at an astonishing rate. He slams into the ground in front of you, and a ring of fire surrounds the two of you, at least 20 paces across. Flickering Flame gathers up a ball of intense, white flame in his hand, chucking it at you. Page 3 of Flickering Flame gathers up a ball of intense. I shift into a stronger form and bat it away with my terrible claws. I shift into a stronger form and bat it away with my terrible claws. I try to quickly deploy an energy reflector I've been working on. I throw a smoke ball at my feet as a distraction and sneak behind Flame, trying to get a quick strike in. I try to quickly deploy an energy reflector I've been working on. Next, you reach for your tools as quickly as possible. You have to rely purely on reflex to assemble the reflector. Find the spring-loaded mechanism, pop the catch, and hold down the nozzle that coats it in ogre's blood. Despite your best efforts, the missile catches your shield before the ogre's blood can spray. You manage to absorb the fireball with the shield, which cracks in two after. But the impact knocks you on your bottom, and it's not reflected. Flame is unharmed. Page 2 of a rustling overcomes the battlefield beyond. The tooth fairies bite deeply into your army's unprotected flank, and you lose a great deal of troops. But the toothsome warriors have miscalculated, and are now in the center of your army. Many fairies fall. Your army presses the advantage, and soon you have the upper hand again. But you have your own battle to deal with. Flame is distracted by the tooth fairy battle. You can press your advantage. Page 4 of my grumpy, rustic personality has led to too many fights to mention. I rely on close combat. I've steadily held to a consistent, ascetic aerobics routine for a long time. I get past Flame's defenses with my agility. I've always been open-minded enough to learn new, elegant forms of martial arts and fighting styles. I'll think my way to success. I've steadily held to a consistent, ascetic aerobics routine for a long, my grumpy. Next button. You rush forward, fist swinging. Flame closes in with you. Flickering flame's armor is disgustingly hot, and you find yourself scorched by the proximity. You have to disengage. You're getting nervous. You've got to find a way to come back from this. You and Flame pauses. An enormous roar echoes through the camp. Flickering Flame lets out an evil laugh. The two of you turn to see an enormous mad beast blotting out the sun. Surely this slithering, flying, loathsome sack of hideous flesh was dragged from the Emerald Empress's deepest pits. What foul favors did Flame call in for this? Page 2 of 4. Your troops are like leaves before the wind. The living horror swoops from above and devours large masses of them like grains of rice. Sated, it drifts off again, leaving the rest of your army shaken and fearful. Flickering Flame gives a long and wild laugh. Now that, he shouts, is how you win a battle. Flame's army cheers and charges forward. The tides has turned to them. Page 3 of 4. The two of you stand facing each other and panting. The battle around you is drawing to a close, and soon your own battle will be over as well. It's become a battle of pure. You can tell that Flame is fighting out of an insatiable desire for power, and out of a steadfast determination to conquer at all costs. I'm fighting for. You can tell that Flame is fighting out of an insatiable desire for power, and out of a steadfast determination to conquer at all costs. These are powerful reasons. What gives you the drive to keep fighting? I'm fighting for the friends I've made. I owe it to them to win. Page 4 of 4. I'm fighting for the win. I've conquered many times already this year, and I intend to conquer again. I'm fighting for destiny. I've learned so much and come so far with all my enemies. I'm fighting for love. I can't lose now, not when I'm just discovering my true feelings. I'm fighting. Next, you reach for the power of love in your heart, but find it lacking. Yes, you've gotten quite close to love, but you haven't reached it yet, not all the way. You try with all your might to hold on to it. But Flame sees your moment of weakness and sends you rocketing backward. The energy between you dissipates. You stagger to your feet, but by fruitcake and cocoa it hurts. The two of you square off again, but you sag to the ground. This is over, Flame says to you. He dismisses the circle of flame surrounding you with the wave of a hand. Page 2 of 3. You look at the outside battle. Your army has the advantage, but Flame's alliance is still holding together. It seems as if the battle is indecisive, but you have the upper hand. Just then, an avenue of escape appears from an unexpected angle. The air towards the direction of sleep wavers and becomes faint. Then it explodes in color. You can feel a rush of emotion coming from within the burst of colors. They resolve themselves into fantastic, boiling images. You recognize them instantly, they're dreams. It's too far away to see, but only Grey would have enough strength to bring the Dreamlands themselves to the battlefields. The terror of the Dreamlands frightens the remaining enemy, who begin to break off and flee. This gives your troops a chance to depart. But you are unreachable, the area around you in flame crackling with power. Page 3. Just then, an avenue of escape appears from an unexpected angle. Next button. You see this all in a flash as you stand personally defeated before Flame. He looks at you with a mild amount of shock as if he never expected to defeat you in personal combat. Whatever it is, it's wiped from his face in a moment. Flame strides towards you in the heart, but you clutch it to your chest. He stops, looking at the stalemated battle around the two of you before speaking. I've won, Rosewood. Give me the heart, and I'll let you live. Page 2 of 2. He stops, looking at the stalemated battle around the two of you before speaking. I've won, Rosewood. Give me the heart, and I'll let you live. I take the deal and give the heart to Flame. I refuse and hide the heart before surrender myself. I refuse and teleport away. I refuse and hide the heart before surrender myself. I refuse and teleport away. I refuse. Next, you back away from flame. No, you say. I'm not going with you, and I'm not giving you this. Flickering flame rages at you. I'll kill you. You take that heart and I will hunt you down like the dirty dog you are. But you're past listening to him now. The heart flashes and you're gone. Next chapter, next chapter. Interlude a blue Christmas image. Interlude a blue Christmas image. You back away. Voiceover off.